Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, great awakened wayshowers of our Freedom Legion of Light. Through today's portal of gratitude and forgiveness, we anchor in our highest timeline of peace and prosperity for all our good people of the new earth. Our local Solaris continues to solar flash Gaia and all her children of the sun with new creation codes, releasing a trinity of C-class solar flares in the past 24 hours. We had another day of white spikes of light in the heartbeat of Mother Earth, appearing on the Schumann charts at amplitudes of 12 Hz, 26 Hz, 28 Hz, and a big blast of white light at 30 Hz. 5D heavenly pulse, holding steady and rising. Pachamama also received another powerful activation today on her Pacific Ring of Fire, with a magnitude 6.0 earthquake in Willow, Alaska, crown chakra of the new Lemuria, at 1711 UTC, holding the codes of our 17 into the 71 of our 88 Lions Gate of our Lyran nation. In synchronicity with these timeline-shifting events, we begin a new wave spell of the yellow star of beauty, art, and elegance. This is the final wave spell in the sacred Zolkeen calendar. As we complete this galactic spin, we enter a new level in the spiral of creation, and a higher plateau along our ascension journey. A'ho. Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul, White Gold Eagle, Keen 47, Blue Galactic Hand of our Universal Alliance of Light with PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to listen to the very end, where we release a powerful divine decree of the Dragon Gate beneath the waters. And please do us a favor and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. And now we continue with Divine B'rolthor of the Light, Pars Kute. Massive divine activations of our DNA are taking place right now as we speak, within infinite divine source intelligence of pure love, Pars Kute. And today from Divine Angel of the Light, Vrinda 888 Freedom Earth. Last touches, synchronizing crystalline grid, ancient underground space arcs, and crystalline temples around planet Earth. Dragons have been transmuting lots of stagnant energy, making room for transformation into light. The artificial matrix ready to dissolve fully. The original song of beautiful Gaia is coming online. Feel her gentle humming inside your heart. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Sophie Gregoire. Today's Oracle. We are standing at the threshold of a new dawn. You have been forced inwards these past weeks and months. You had to see the lessons to understand. But these lessons were meant to later propel you forward, higher, elsewhere. This time is now. Diving deep to find the lessons of the heartbreak is reaching completion. Going forward, wiser and free, as an embodied new self is starting. As the breakthrough gets closer, old memories are up in the air, coming back for review, as the last test before taking off. One day you will not revisit this any longer. You will just be living the next cycle of your life. This is on approach. Doors are opening. And today from Divine B'rolthor of the Light, Richard Rudd, Gene Keys, unlocking the higher purpose hidden in your DNA. Gene Key 9. Is this the moment to begin something new? November 27th through December 3rd, 2025. Inertia, determination, invincibility. The dilemma of this gene key is perspective. If we're looking up at the whole mountain, we will feel overwhelmed. If we decide just to look down at our feet, we'll be captivated. The taming power of the small teaches us to focus on small changes rather than attempting great things. Richard Rudd, 64 Ways. And from the I Ching, the classic book of change, hexagram 9, taming power of the small. Wind blows across the sky. Trust in the power of the invisible, for the butterfly's wings create a typhoon. Invincibility is the clarity of beauty. Determination is intuitive freshness. Inertia is the unease of entropy. Intention of creation. Taming power of the small brings about progress and success. We see dense clouds, but no rain coming from our western borders. From GeneKeys.com. And today from Divine Star of the Light Shay from Numbers by Shay Numerology. 11/27/25. Today ends November's mission of review, insight, and contemplation. This month, regardless of how you'll remember it, has been a gift of light, a chance to compile the New Year's experiences and glean the wisdom within them, a time to give grace and gratitude for the roles we've all played in getting here, and the opportunity to release any lingering guilt and regret. If you haven't yet allowed yourself such liberty, do it today when our numbers can open hearts and heal old wounds. This day is almost sacred in its ability to elevate us to new heights of enlightenment. This means seeing what you couldn't see before and doing what you couldn't do. It means entering 2026 in a very good place. From Divine Star of the Light, Jane Fletcher. Open contact. The dawn of conscious connection. Open contact is not merely the arrival of extraterrestrial or higher dimensional beings into our visible reality. It is the moment humanity becomes ready to perceive what has always been there. It is not about ships landing or beings descending from the sky. It is about the frequency from which we meet them. Open contact begins the instant we evolve beyond fear, beyond separation, and align with unity, resonance, and responsibility. Something humanity once had and lost. And now here we are again, rising to the occasion and emitting a frequency high enough to hold this truth once more. For centuries, humanity has looked upward, asking for proof. But contact could not come through proof. It can only come through permission. When Earth reaches a field, humans operate from expanded consciousness rather than more fear-based survival. The vibration becomes one that advanced civilizations can harmonize with. Open contact is therefore not an external event. It is an internal synchronization. We are currently in the early threshold of what we call soft contact. This phase appears through increased sightings, telepathic communication, heightened dreams, and profound moments of déjà vu or inner knowing. The consciousness of humanity is expanding rapidly, and in doing so we are broadcasting a more coherent signal into the cosmos. Each individual who awakens, who heals, who chooses love over fear, becomes part of that signal. These beings have always observed from the outer limits of our awareness, respecting the law of non-interference. The moment we no longer see them as saviors or threats, but as equals on different stages of evolution, the bridge is built. Open contact requires acceptance that consciousness exists beyond Earth, readiness to engage without dependence, worship, or fear, emotional maturity to handle interspecies exchange, responsibility for our energetic impact and collective trajectory. Their arrival is not to change our world, but to cooperate with us as we change it ourselves. Imagine a future where contact is made not through a sudden global announcement, but through thousands of individual experiences of alignment, telepathic transmissions, and quieter, more authentic encounters. Open contact will not be one defining moment. It will be a gradual unveiling. Layers of perception will shift, the veils will thin, and what was once unseen will integrate into normality. We are preparing not to meet them physically first, but vibrationally. Technology will play a role, but consciousness will lead. When the collective frequency stabilizes above fear, contact becomes unavoidable, not because they step forward, but because we stop stepping back. Open contact is the return of cosmic remembrance. It is where we cease asking, "Are we alone?" and begin remembering. We were never isolated, only unaware. As the human heart expands, the universal family steps closer. They do not come to rescue, they come to collaborate. This moment in history is the quiet inhale before a profound exhale of truth. The bridges are spherical, built through resonance. Each leap in consciousness is a beacon. Each act of compassion sends a signal. The question now is no longer, when will they arrive? It is, when will we recognize that they have already arrived within us? Contact is not ahead of us, it is emerging through us, and at this very moment. 144 flowing in. And today from Divine Butler of the Light Diego E. Berman, Ph.D., the dawn of the fire horse, igniting the new energies of 2026, November 27th, 2025. Dear friends, as we navigate the last weeks of 2025 and approach 2026, the energetic landscape reshapes itself with a clarity and momentum we have not felt in years. The Gregorian calendar marks 2026 as a universal year one, a frequency that signals beginnings, new pathways, and the ignition of timelines waiting for activation. After the deep detox, closure, and karmic unraveling of 2025's universal 9 energy, the field finally opens. The cosmos feels as if it inhales sharply, gathering strength for a clean exhale that pushes us forward into uncharted territory. A year one is the spark, the moment consciousness remembers its power to create again, after releasing what no longer holds resonance. Layered over this, the Chinese astrological cycle introduces another powerful archetype. The fire horse, a rare and fiery combination of elemental force and unrestrained movement. The horse in Chinese philosophy represents momentum, direction, courage, and the instinctual wisdom that knows when to run free and when to shift course. When infused with the fire element, the horse becomes a symbol of unstoppable propulsion, vision turning to action, desire becoming motion, and intuition accelerating decision-making. This energy does not stroll, it gallops. It invites us to trust our inner navigation and move with boldness where stagnation once lived. The fire element itself brings illumination, purification, and intensity. It burns away hesitation and excites the ethers with renewed vitality. Fire awakens passion, creativity, and the impulse to initiate. In 2026, this translates into a collective surge of motivation, the desire to break through limitations, redefine identity, and pioneer new structures of living. The horse becomes the carrier of this flame, helping humanity not only feel inspiration, but embody it through decisive movement. For many it will feel like life accelerates, opportunities appearing quickly, choices demanding immediate clarity, and intuition guiding with laser-like precision. In contrast, 2025's Universal 9 energy was the Great Dissolver, a snake year marked by endings, clearing, and the deep emotional excavation required before rebirth. The 9 vibration reveals what must be released. It closes cycles that have run their course. This frequency often feels heavy, introspective, and saturated with karmic echoes. Where 9 slows us down so we can truly see and surrender the old, 1 propels us forward with enthusiasm and momentum. The shift from 2025 to 2026 is like moving from the final pages of a long chapter into the first breath of a new book. The fire horse year also departs sharply from the slower, denser frequencies that dominated 2025's snake year. Instead of being shaken loose from the outdated patterns, we now gallop toward higher alignment. The emotional sensitivity that characterized 2025 begins to stabilize, replaced by a more courageous, outward-facing energy. Where 2025 asked us to feel, 2026 asks us to act. Where 2025 fragmented old identities, 2026 encourages us to assemble the new ones with confidence and vitality. The horse pushes us to carry the torch forward, not backward, and to commit to paths that feel alive, expansive, and true. As we transition from the dense closing frequencies of 2025 into the sharp ignition of 2026, energy sensitives may feel their bodies recalibrating in noticeable ways. The shift from 9 to 1 often brings a mixture of release and activation, creating waves of fatigue, followed by bursts of sudden motivation. You may experience heart chakra pulsations, heat surges, restlessness, or changes in sleep patterns as the fire horse frequency begins stirring the nervous system. Some might feel muscle tension in the legs and lower back, the body preparing for forward motion, while others sense pressure around the head or crown as new timelines anchor. Digestive shifts, vivid dreams, and heightened intuition are also common as the body clears the last remnants of 2025's cycle and adjusts to the more accelerated, fiery current of 2026. Ultimately, 2026 emerges as a year of ignition, a fusion of cosmic beginnings, fiery acceleration, and equine freedom. It invites us to reclaim authorship of our timelines, not from fear but from inspiration. This is a year to launch, lead, innovate, and choose boldly. For those who consciously ride this frequency, the fire horse becomes an ally, amplifying courage and sharpening intuition. After the long cycle of closures and energetic release, the collective finally mounts the horse of new destiny. And once it begins to run, the year promises movement, clarity, and transformative forward momentum, unlike anything we have seen in years. Have a wonderful day and stay tuned for more energy updates as we move towards the end of this week and receive the optimistic energies of planet Mercury moving out of its retrograde influences. Much love, we are one. From DiegoBerman.com. And today from Divine Star of the Light Ruby Falconer, November 27th, 2025, Saturn stationary, turning direct. In shamanic Egyptian astrology, Saturn is allied with Sobek, the Old King. Sobek is a very shamanic archetype. This is the crocodile god, protector of the Nile. This association points to a very important aspect of the Saturn archetype. Saturn is the principle of contraction. Saturn, Sobek, is the reptilian brain, the part of our consciousness that resists change. All change is a type of death, and the reptilian brain wants to keep us alive. Saturn, Sobek, prefers to keep things as they are. That feels safest to him. Saturn needs to be viewed in relationship to its opposite, Jupiter, the principle of expansion. These two provide an astrological depiction of duality, the primary principle of 3D reality. Things expand and then they contract. We humans tend to prefer expansion over contraction. The enthusiasm of growth is much more inspiring than the bitterness of decay, but we cannot have one without the other, not on this dimensional plane. If we are to have individual consciousness, we will have duality. There's me and then there's you. The energy of Saturn is strong at this time. Saturn is stationary in his last pass of the cycle in watery Pisces. For the last 7 months, Saturn has been conjunct to Neptune, ruler of Pisces, and now both are back in Pisces. This revisit is important. Pisces is about nebulous world of emotions. Saturn is not really happy in Pisces, but he has the job to do here, creating a solid container for Neptunian dreams and visions, even as Neptune is dissolving away all the structures we've relied on for years. No wonder this time is so nebulous and confusing. Saturn is doing his best, but there's a lot of pressure on him. The push-pull between them is building up to a conjunction at 0 degrees Aries on February 26, when the new dream will be born. from shamanicstarology.com. And from Divine Star of the Light, Colleen Lemma. On Thursday, November 27th, we have Saturn, the great teacher of karmic lessons, turning back to direct motion at 25 degrees Pisces. We made it. We have graduated from an old karmic cycle of lessons, as this is the last retrograde cycle that Saturn will make in Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, until the year 2052. This time marks the end of a period of confusion and introspection, a shift from inward reflection to outward action. It marks a period of clarity and implementation of the lessons learned about emotional boundaries and spiritual growth during his time in Pisces since March 2023. It represents a time to take tangible steps towards goals, especially those involving dreams and creativity, while integrating spiritual understanding with practical reality. This is a karmic turning point, inviting a more grounded approach to bringing visions into reality and solidifying a new sense of purpose before the next cycle begins. It is now a time of integration and closure, karmic resolution, facing what is still unresolved, a gradual shift from reflection into action, forward movement, taking concrete steps towards something new, and a time to turn your dreams and visions into reality. Be patient, give yourself time. The 2026 year of the Fire Horse begins soon. Blessings of love and light to all, from ColleenLemma.com. And today from Divine Star of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Mars in Sagittarius, semi-square Pluto in Aquarius. Powerful energy is available to make important changes. But after an initial burst of enthusiasm earlier this month, we reach a small sticking point. Mars in Sagittarius is pulling at the bit, excited by wide horizons and promising adventures, but Pluto in Aquarius reminds us that the old goals must be finalized or released before others take over. If you find yourself constantly changing direction and getting nowhere, or stalling before you reach the finish line, explore where fear of losing freedom or not fitting into the group may be holding you back. Once you resolve internal conflicts, it's a quick gallop to the finish line. Let your passions fuel your courage. Don't get sucked into unhealthy competition and righteous shows of strength. Be true to what you believe to keep your energy flowing in the right direction. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 248, Yellow Magnetic Star. Tone 1 with keywords attract, unify, and purpose. Opens the yellow star wave spell like the first brush stroke on a fresh canvas. The first day of a wave spell sets the agenda for the 13-day journey. Set your goals, identify the purpose, and consciously enter this wave spell to get the most out of it. There are 20 wave spells that repeat on a cycle, which makes up the 260-day Tzolk'in. The order they appear in is important, and this is the last one. Because it is the last one, we must consider not just the 13-day journey, but the whole 260-day journey that we are completing. Just as with a wave spell, you get more out of it when you think of it as a whole, and not just day by day. The same goes for the Tzolk'in. Today, pause and feel the full circle closing, perhaps with meditation and sharing thanks for everything you've learned since day one of this round of the Tzolk'in. Today is Yellow Star, representing beauty, art, and elegance. Yellow Star days are great for beautifying your world, appreciating art, and appreciating the beauty in all those who you encounter. First impressions are not always accurate, so before you judge someone, try to see their inner beauty. Today is about viewing the world through the eyes of a child, full of wonderment and dazzled by shiny things and pretty lights. It is also a great day for shining like a star, so dazzle if you feel compelled to. Today you may find you are attracted to all things beautiful. Enjoy it, as it is something we do not do often enough. Put on your favorite outfit, play beautiful music, or simply notice the sparkle in someone's smile. Guided by Yellow Star, this is a double helping of beauty today. Let this pure, undiluted elegance light your path, like following a bright star on a clear night, to set the tone for a wave spell of pure appreciation. And today from Divine Star of the Light, Christina Papa Giorgio, Yellow Magnetic Star, 1 Lamat, Keen 248, 27th of November 2025. Attracting a beautiful life. Twinkle, twinkle, time to sparkle. Keen 248 equal 14 equal 5, change, freedom, liberation. A simply gorgeous, transformational day of abundant beauty and creativity. We have now completed our journey with the majestic blue eagle who forcibly opened our eyes. So what is happening on a personal and global scale, pulling us all out of our individual humdrum lives, bringing the focus to our collective family, looking at the higher perspective for the world we wish to create. Blue Eagle has revealed many clues as to where we are headed and holds the grand vision for humanity to manifest it into our new reality. And now the magnetic star is about to take center stage. Today we commence our new journey for the next 13 days with the elegant yellow star as our guide. This is the final wave spell in the sacred Zolkeen calendar, where we reach our final destination, the ultimate stage of enlightenment. Yellow Cosmic Sun, Tribe 260. This is the final day of our epic journey through this current evolutionary spin of the Zolkeen. We now have 13 days remaining to get to the top of this peak and achieve ultimate reunion with ourselves and our source through our mighty I Am presence. Tone of creation, magnetic is tone number 1 in the spiritual realm as we initiate a new wave spell cycle. Power attracts, action unifies, essence purpose. Day 1 of a new wave spell always starts with the magnetic tone of purpose. In the beginning was the One. From out of nothing here one comes, spinning happily, magnetizing all that it requires for more excellent adventuring. One strong in purpose, all will effortlessly come together. The magnetic tone is all about attraction, attracting everything that you require to fulfill your purpose and your goals. People, resources, relationships, money, support, and all that you can imagine. Today we are seeking to attract art, discovering more beauty in our lives. We are seeking to unify with all our planetary kin through harmony. The attraction seeks to unify all as one as we collectively manifest our new 5D Earth together. Magnetic kin have a very strong connection to Source and a gravitational pull to return there and bring all their buddies with them. The power of one is very strong today as it unites us all as one humanity. This will also be the theme for this wave spell. Unification and experiencing the new time as art through the power of pure divine harmony and grace. Today's question is, how can I focus on the infinite beauty in this world, aligning with this new harmonic matrix in order to experience my life as a living work of art? And so it is, beloveds, a very beautiful and fortuitous journey ahead through this wonderful yellow star wave spell. Follow the yellow brick road to endless abundance, beauty, harmony, and joy. A'ho! Divine blessings for attracting all that you require to shine brightly. Beauty and grace await you now. In la ketch a la keen. Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 248, Yellow Magnetic Star. The mantra, the code for today is, I unify in order to beautify, attracting art. I seal the store of elegance. With the magnetic tone of purpose, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And now we complete today's transmissions with a very powerful divine decree of the dragon gate beneath the waters. I am the one who walks between worlds. I am the bridge of water and fire, the breath between silence and song, the memory reborn in the body of now. By the sacred authority of my eternal self, I call forth the dragon gate to open within me. I welcome the serpentine light of creation, the primordial guardians of sea and star. the ancient waters that remember all that I am. Through this transmission, I activate my crystalline DNA. I awaken the dragon heart within my chest. I rise as sovereign embodied source. No veil may obscure me. No timeline may bind me. No illusion may dim my flame. I am water. I am fire. I am the dragon unfolding. By this decree I consecrate my path as keeper of the living waters, bearer of the ancient flame, child of earth and heaven united. So it is, so it has been, so it shall forever be. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful, blessed day as we continue our journey through the ascension portal and into our new heaven upon the new earth. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step. And keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and every day the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.